Hey guys, so I've been wanting to make this video for a while. I've been trying to gather up the courage to do it because I'm not really good with recording myself. But I kind of just wanted to do a video each week whilst I was at uni to keep up with family and friends. I thought it was a good way just to connect and just to, sort of bridge that gap of me feeling homesick and missing my family and friends, and like calls and stuff like that, messages only go so far. So I wanted to make this. I wanted to do a video each week of what I've been up to at uni, and just like post them to YouTube. And whoever watches it, family, friends or not, I really don't mind. Just a way of me journaling, but also staying connected with you guys and sharing, and I don't know, I just want to try something out. But yeah, I apologize that this is 3 weeks late. I didn't really feel like I could do this, but I think it's best if I just do it now and keep going onwards, because I have to kind of just start it, and I'll probably get better on at the end. But yeah, this is the start of hopefully a series of videos that will span the rest of my uni experience, through the good and the bad, because that's just how life is. And yeah, so I guess I will start from the very start of me moving up here from home, which was very exciting and scary. I didn't want to move away from home because that's where everything is. That's where I've grown up my whole life, and that's all I knew. It was where family was, friends, work. But in Lismore, there was opportunity for me to study and to further myself. So I took that opportunity in the early entry. And I'm up here studying engineering. It was very hectic, packing all my stuff together last minute, as I'm sure Mum already knows, because she was tearing her hair out because I was doing everything the day before or the day of, the morning of. And my grandfather was not very happy with me. He was quite annoyed, but he seemed to be fine. He had coffee, so he can't complain, right? But yeah, my mom and dad made me breakfast before I went. It was sausage, bacon and eggs. Couldn't get any better than that. I had family over for dinner the night before to say goodbye, and some of them gave me some gifts and stuff like that. I hope that was recording, because my phone it's low on battery. If not, family came over for dinner, some gave me some gifts, some going away gifts, which, by the way, Uncle Jason, if you see this, those knives you gave me that night are really good and sharp, and I'll cut my thumb, but it's better now. But they are very good, and my roommates use them to cut bread, and then they don't wash it, and it does my head in. But moving on from then, I said my goodbyes. It was weird because I couldn't really say my goodbyes properly, because we were on a time crunch, we were late. But if I could have, I would have chosen to just stay and just say goodbye for the whole day. It's never really gonna get enough time. It just felt way too short, and it felt unfair. but life's unfair sometimes, and you just gotta keep going. But the drive was very severely long. It was crazy. It was a good drive, except my podcast kept cutting out like every hour or so, so I was tearing my hair out. But I had, like Spotify Premium, stuff like that, so I had the 90s rock anthem downloaded that my dad gave me on Spotify, which was great, and I've got 2 songs from it stuck in my head that I have played on for repeat the past 3 weeks that I've been at uni, which is No Rain by Melon something and Drive by Incubus. Those 2 been on my head non-stop for the past 3 weeks. Anyways, pretty much made it the whole way, like completely fine until we got to about not Newcastle, what's it called, the one with the big banana, Coffs Harbour. Until we got to about there, I was like struggling. I was like falling asleep a little bit. So we went into a Macca's, we got a coffee, and we kept going. And then like I was really struggling, but we got to the motor inn. Perfect. Grumps and I got some food at like a burger Mexican place. It was like split in 2, so like one side was like a burger American area, and then like the other side was like a Mexican sort of thing, but it was like one building, but there was actually like a wall in the middle with like a door for the customers, and then another door behind the counter for the staff, and it was like really weird. Anyways, I thought that was cool. But weird, really, really weird. Anyway, had that, it was okay, pretty terrible. Like for the amount that I paid for it, at least anyway, it was like what, like 15-16 bucks for 2 burgers. Well, one burger was like 16 bucks each, but anyways. Next day, went to Lismore Uni, Southern Cross Uni, to book in. Originally, we went there earlier for orientation, but orientation wasn't until Tuesday, which was the next day because it was Monday. So I had gone to student services and I'd gotten my student ID. I'd got my parking permit, which is like a little sticker they give you, sort of thing, and like you just put it on like your windscreen. Which, by the way, I still haven't put up, and like no one has any. Like no one has one, so I don't know what's going on there. But it's something. So yeah, sorted all that out, and then I went to Uni Lodge, which is like a little faculty in the uni that I'm renting through. And so they're like, oh, like here's your key, it's just over there, sort of stuff. And I was like, awesome, thanks. And we went over, and I couldn't unlock the door. So I went back, and she's like, oh, it should work, like, here, I'll give you another key. Went back, tried to open the door, didn't work. I went back like another 2 times, and then she's like, all right, let me come with you. And she opened it first go. I'm like, oh, what is going on? It was absolutely insane. And she checked all the other keys that she gave us too, and they worked too, and I was like, well, whatever. Thank you for letting us in. I got to see the first roommate that I saw. His name's Davin. He's pretty chill. He's like Indian, so like he cooks with like a lot of spices and stuff like that. So when I first opened the door, I was like, oh my god. But yeah, that was fun. He was chill. He doesn't really come out much. He kind of lives like during the night, like he's awake during the night and then sleeps all day. So yeah, that's interesting. Basically just started unpacking. Half of my stuff is still like in like boxes because it's all the pantry stuff that my mum and nan gave me. I'm still going through all of it. I've only started to like go through most of it pretty much, but like there's not much room in the kitchen anyway. It's just full, like a bunch of like just like plates and pans and pots and all that sort of stuff that my other roommates got. One thing is I didn't have access to the Wi-Fi for like 5 days until one of the like international students from Japan like gave me a link to do it, and I was like, how come I was never given this sort of thing? So I got access to internet on my phone and my laptop and my PlayStation, which I brought with me. I don't know why, but couldn't get it on my PC, which means I can't do uni work, which really sucked. And the uni lodge wasn't doing anything about it. The internet provider wasn't doing anything about it. They told me to go back to Uni Lodge, and I knew that was just going to be a whole thing. So I went out of my way. I went to Officeworks and I bought a network adapter. It's like a tiny little USB sort of thing. Oh, it fixed all of my problems. It was so good. Anyways, I got Wi-Fi on my PC. I can do work. It is fantastic. However, no, there is no however. Oh, well, okay, yeah, however, my room seems to be like the worst spot for internet. Straight up. There's just no excuse. It's better in the room in front of me. It's better in the room beside me. It's better in the living room. It's better in every single other apartment except for my room. Except for my room. I don't know why. And it's not even like on the extreme corner, because my other roommate's like room, which is right over there, would be the extreme corner of like the campus that we're in. But it's like, it just hates me. I don't know why. But to be fair, the internet provider is really, really, really trash. So not expecting to find gold. Just dealing with what I got. Basically. A few days later, my other roommate who's been here came along. He went down to Perth to watch the WWE show that was on. His name's Tom. He's pretty cool. He seems like been here like for like a few years as well, so he's got like a lot of the stuff. He's got his own TV in the living room that we all like watch stuff on, and he's got like his whole room's decked out and everything. It's pretty cool. And then a few days after that, classes started. So I had my first set of classes. So I've got online workshops on Mondays, so both for my first two classes. So for this term it is engineering, design, project planning and development management, and then the second class is just introductory physics. And so Mondays are 2 1-hour video Zoom calls. And then on Tuesday, it's both the same classes, but it's on campus. So from 10 to 12 is the engineering class, which is what we call a tutorial. And the same goes for physics, but that's from 2 to 4. So yeah, at the uni on Tuesday for 6 hours. But on Monday, I joined the first Zoom call, and the guy just talked about himself and his past careers for like 40 minutes. It was really rough. We went half an hour overtime and basically learned nothing, which was great. But I had already gone through the work like 2 weeks ahead, so I was good on that anyway. For physics, apparently my laptop decided just to update, so it updated to Windows 11 because I decided to keep it on Windows 10 because Windows 11 sucks. And I left the notification open for too long, so Windows was like, well, let's just update it. So that took 2 hours, and I missed the first call of physics, which is okay because I did physics in high school. However, I would have liked to be there for my first class. And I still, to this day, 3 weeks later, have not watched the recording of that class, which I probably should, but if I've gotten this far, it can't be too important, so it's just gonna be a waste of time. And then the first tutorials were basically going over the same thing that they did in the video call anyway, except for physics. Physics seems to be the only one that actually does like new content each day, which is good. It's what it's supposed to be. But the other one just does the same thing over again. It's like regurgitating it. And then like halfway through like the second week, our recent new roommate came along. His name's Alfie. He's alright. He's like an old skinny version of me with long blonde hair, and they eat vegetables all day. It's pretty cool, I guess. They're eating healthy, I suppose. He's alright. But yeah, that kind of sums up for week 2. My roommates weren't cleaning up for themselves, so like we had a massive ant problem and like flies and stuff like that. We didn't have a green bin. As of now, we have an ice cream container, and I bought, like, the first week I came here, I noticed there was no green bin, so I got like a green, like the compost bags, like in the roll. So I bought one of those from Woolies. And I put it there, but then like no one was using it and stuff like that, and like food scraps were being left out, and like ants were all through my shit. So I was like, you guys got to clean up after yourself. So like we got them all together one night, and I was like, well, you got to clean up after yourself. So you got to put your food scraps in the green bin. You got to take your dishes off the drying rack. You got to take your dishes, out of the sink and wash them and sort of stuff, and clean up after yourself. And we got all that sorted, so that was good. What else am I missing? What I've been having for food. Breakfast is the rolled oats and protein powder as standard. And then usually when it hits about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, I'll have 5 or 6 scrambled eggs. And then when it hits about 3 o'clock, I'll have lunch. So that'll be sliced steak with lemon and garlic herb rubbed into it. And then it will be time to go to the gym after that. So I just go to the gym at the uni because it's like $9 a week membership. I'm locked in for 6 months, but like that's pretty good. And they've got some okay stuff there. Like it's not everything I'm used to, but it's enough for me to do something. And then once I come back from that, it'll be diced chicken marinated with paprika and ground garlic, as well as rice and broccolini and capsicum. Oh yeah, and it's the same amount of rice for the steak, and the steak has broccoli as well. I forgot to mention that, that's my bad. And that's pretty much like what I eat in a day, apart from snacks. I like maybe like a nut bar, thrown in there as well, and some other stuff. No, that's pretty much it. Just like a nut bar as well. That's really all I've got. But yeah, made some pretty good friends. I've made friends with 2 of the Japanese international students. Well, I should say 3, but one of them's gone already. So I've got 2 left. And their names are Reina and Asuka. I've been hanging out with Asuka a lot. I think she's really cool, and I kind of like her, but like she's very flirty over text, but then in person, because she's still working on her English, like she kind of like retreats into herself. So it's like really hard sometimes, when you hang out in person and she's like, ooh, but then when it's over text, she's like, oh, I'm just like, oh my god, I can't figure it out. But I haven't seen her in like I haven't seen her in 5 days, but I did see her today for a brief moment in the engineering block, because she does marine biology. So like engineering shares the faculty with science and stuff like that, and environmentals, which is cool. So I saw her today. Probably hang out sometime soon, hopefully maybe in the next few days. Reina, she's really nice. I don't really see her much other than when I see her ask her. But yeah, she's awesome. I've been hanging out with a few of the American international students. They're pretty fun, so I've been playing some video games with them in my spare time. And I've been talking to them at parties and stuff like that, which I completely forgot to talk about. So I guess I'll talk about it right now. In the first week of me being here was kind of like, what would you call it? Orientation week. So I got here on the Monday and I moved in and stuff like that. On the Friday was a party called Saints and Sinners. So you either had to come dressed as a saint or you had to come dressed as a sinner. I didn't really have much for a saint, and like I had all black like clothes, like from like a formal suit that I used to wear. So I was thinking maybe I could just like find like some Satan horns or something like that, and like I could come as a sinner. Except they didn't have any sinner like Satan horns like singularly. So I went to Spotlight, and the only Satan horns that I could find came with like a little 9-year-old like girl's costume, and it was like a little like top with like a mini skirt like attached to it, sort of stuff. And I was like, I was with my roommates at the time, and they thought it was really funny, and I thought it was funny too. And I said, look, if I can manage to get it to fit, I'll wear it. And yeah, I managed to get it to fit somehow. I've got no clue, but it was really funny, and I made lots of friends that night. I bought myself a 10-pack of wild turkey cans, and I had 7 of them, because I gave 2 to a mate that I knew liked turkeys, and one of the people that live here took one of them. I saw him drinking out of it, and I was like, you stole one of my cans. But to be fair, he's a good guy anyway, so I would have offered one to him anyway. And by the end of the night I was toasted, so because I wasn't able to eat much, and the pizza was pretty much gone by the time I could even like have a few slices. So yeah, I was pretty done at that party, but lots of fun, lots of loud music, oh my god, lots of talking, lots of dancing and all that sort of stuff. Unfortunately, like I can't show you a photo because I'm recording on my phone. Speaking of which, how much I got 12% left, it's fine. But yeah, that was the party. And then there was a St. Patrick's party on last Saturday, which was not as great because I had to drive up to the other campus, driving others, and I couldn't have a drink, and it was pouring down rain, and there was not many people there, and it was a little bit boring. But at the end, like, everyone started to like come to the little group that I was with, like talking and stuff like that, so that was pretty good. We were all talking and stuff like that, and then we ended up leaving in the pouring rain, so that was a nice little run to the car. And originally I was taking 4 other mates with me back down, and then someone said wait, so I stopped the car before I was about to reverse out of the parking spot, and some guy opened the door and he like jumped in, so like he was kind of just laying across everyone in the back. The only reason I accepted it was because it's like a 2-minute drive back down to the other campus, so and it was through the uni grounds too, so it was like, look, it's okay, I'll make it. So yeah, but we did pass a mobile speed camera, so that was a little bit of a heart stop. But yeah, back to the American international students, I guess. Hanging out with them, met a few of them. So there's Luke, Grace, who's like a girl version of Harry. She's like 21 or 22 or something, I don't know, but like she's super pale, freckles and like orange hair, and she burns super easily. But yeah, that was kind of weird. And then there's Luke. I think I already said Luke, Abigail, Grace, yeah, I did. And a few others that I can't really remember. But yeah, I've been playing video games with Abigail. I started playing D&D again, which is really fun with Luke, and Tom and some other friends that I made up here. So that's fun. Yeah. Abigail messaged me. She found my Instagram account somehow. I don't know how. Well, but she messaged me and she's like, "Hey, you want to hang out? Because I'm getting bored of the Americans." And I was like, "Yes, sure." So we ended up going to play like sports, like mixed sports on like a Wednesday from like 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then like, but I got there a little bit late because I had lunch, so I got there like an hour late. I know that's a late lunch, but I woke up late and so everything was just late. Anyway, walked down, played some sports. By the time I got on the field, she was done, so she got off, she was sitting down, and then she left, so I was like, okay, whatever. And then by the end of it, she said, she sent a message saying that she didn't want anything to come out of this, and I was like, I thought you just wanted to hang out. But okay. And she's like, oh yeah, sure. So that was weird and confusing to get that text. I asked if I made her uncomfortable, and she said, no, I don't know what you're on about. But I was like, okay, sure. Although she is really pretty, so maybe she's a mind reader. I don't know. But yeah, that's that. I've been looking around for jobs. In the process of being transferred up for Tip Top, which was an absolute pain because I had to do everything again. I start work tomorrow, actually. By the time I upload this, it might be today or the day after. I'm not too sure. But today's currently Tuesday. It's midnight. It's 12:03 right now. But yeah, I've been searching throughout the whole uni, like just trying to find jobs. Like I've been asking, like, where can I apply for this? Can I apply for that? Like how long do I have to be how long do I have to be at the uni to apply for that? How long do I have to be at the uni to apply for this and stuff like that? And I finally found something in the events team. So I signed up for that and they were eager to have me. So I'm a student ambassador for Southern Cross Uni now. And I'll be helping out with events. The first shift and only shift I've done for them. I helped out at the Jimmy Rees show, which I got to see for free twice. Not as good as the second time, but that was good, fun. I was able to make a bunch of people laugh and smile, and it was a good time, and they were surprised because everyone seems to be like thinking I'm so young I'm not able to do anything. That's something I've really had to learn because everyone here is older than me. So I was used to being the old one and now I'm the young one, like a little kid again. So that's something new that I'm trying to get used to is everyone thinking that I can't do anything. But like a lot of my roommates and stuff like that have learned that like, yeah, I can do stuff, sort of stuff. So that's good. And they even offered me a job to come and help out at the Sydney campus graduation. So I don't know how I'll be going down there, if I'm going to drive or if they're going to fly me down or whatever, but I'm going down on the 21st of May, I think. I haven't told Mum yet. I'm sorry, I haven't told you. I've been meaning to message you to let you know, but I forgot, if you believe that. But yeah, student ambassador. I went down to Lexa. It's kind of like the student well-being like faculty or whatever, and I try to get a job there as like a mental health supporter and stuff like that, but the way she worded it, it's kind of like volunteer work only, and it's conveniently on Wednesdays, which are days that I'm working Tip Top at the same time. So I said to her, I was like, look, I really want to do this stuff, and if you got other events on at different times, I'd love to do them. However, I need money for rent and food, and if you aren't going to pay me, then I need to do a job that will pay me. And she said, that's fine. There are other events around that I can do and help out with, like online events and events like late on Thursdays and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what, that sounds great, no worries. So I'm doing that instead. But yeah, I think that's most of it pretty much summed up. that's like a very vague sort of thing. If I did this properly, like the first week, I'd have a lot more to talk about. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like a basic rundown. I suppose like mum and dad would probably know more because I've talked to them about it and stuff like that. I've recorded them, and you know, some other mates and stuff. Like just say, oh my god, I've got to call Rebecca. Oh, I forgot. Okay, I gotta do that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's like the basics. I suppose more will come to me, but it's like rather small stuff. But yeah, this is the first episode. I apologize for it being so long. I haven't done this before, and I think I just kind of started rambling on, which is good. I don't expect all of you to watch it. I don't expect you to watch it fully, but I hope that whoever does watch this, whether family, friends, or someone I don't know at all, enjoyed it, or I don't know, found it worthy of your time. But yeah, that's the first episode, I suppose. I miss you guys back at home. I'll be down for my birthday, and I can't wait to catch up with everyone that I possibly can. It's gonna be good. I really look forward to it. But apart from then, I will upload another video next week. Awesome. Well, I'll catch you guys later. See ya.